Testing. Okay. 1 second. Let me double check something. Um, testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. Okay. Ah. Guten Tag. I'm Alexander Gutenberg. Welcome to the library. I do apologize for the late start, but yeah, I way overslept. Um, I guess that makes sense since I did stay up until 8:30 this morning. Oh boy. Wow. All right. So, yeah. Once more I apologize for the late start by dang, nearly an hour. But tonight we'll be diving into Subnautica on the planet 4546b. We'll be exploring uncharted world. We'll be cataloging unknown species and we'll be trying to escape from a planet that actively hates us. All right, let me get everything set up here because I needed to grab a game that would be easy enough for me to dive into while I'm still, you know, absolutely knackered from sleep. Oi, oi, oi! What's going on here? Hang on, let me just properties. Verify integrity. So, Subnautica's not loading. Not sure what's going on there, but that's why we're verifying the integrity of the local files. Ah, this day could have gone better. It very much could have. Alright, we're at 95% now, so one moment. One file failed to validate. Okay, that explains part of it. And that did not run, so verify again. I may have to end up completely uninstalling Subnautica and reinstalling it here. In which case, I've just got to keep talking and no one explodes, right? Actually, I do really want that game, but I have no one to play it with. Actually, let me see. Huh, $14. Well, $15, but still. Um, Let me just check something real quick. Mm. Oh, hey, look, I got paid. And I can't really keep most of it. Um, Yeah, let me just wait on the side here. Yep, I'm gonna have to uninstall the game and reinstall it. Alright, come on. How is this working today? Not very well. And with that, I'm left with $32 in my account. I may be able to buy it, but I won't have anything left for the rest of the week. So we'll hold off on keep talking to no one explodes. But yeah, right now we are reinstalling Subnautica because it was failing to launch, and I have no clue why. If nothing else, I can look for a different game that I can start up. It's uh it's almost there. We can start soon, hopefully. Okay, there's the download notification. Play, please. Please. No, what the heck? Why is Subnautica just not launching? Browse local files. Let's try running as admin. Okay, looks like when http.dll is not working right. And because it's failing to verify properly. Oh boy. Oh. Is it? Do I have mods on here? I do. That's not ideal. Okay. Yeah, I had mods on here that I was not realizing I had. Alright. Okay. Let's try to get those re-downloaded properly then. Man, I forgot I had mods, and I forgot I did not remove them. Technical difficulties stream. Scuff. How fun. Oh boy. Alright, hopefully with this, this will work, but I need to check my file explorer, see if there's anything elsewhere. That's not it. That's not it. And let's check app data, see if there's anything hidden in there. Okay, I don't see anything hidden in the usual spots. Nothing in app data local or app data roaming. Nothing in documents. Look. Um. Hmm. By the way, does anyone know why the Vortex app just does not work at all anymore? Because I've been trying to install mods through that for, I'd say, about 6 months now, and they refuse to download, like, even just download from the Nexus site. All right, now we've got a clean install. We should be okay. Should be. We should be okay. Are you going to launch? Anytime now? Come on. You can do it. Hmm. Come on. Says it's running. There it is. Okay. Okay. That's that's going. Let me get my game capture up now. There we go. Okay. Um, let's make this just a bit bigger. Oh. All right. Here, I'll stand down here. All right. Okay, so we're playing Subnautica now. No FPS cap. Everything's set to high, basically. All right. Okay, let's dive in now. I swear, I can do this. I can stream. I just had a big hiccup while streaming yeah. I overslept because I stayed up till 8:30 a.m. and when I woke up, I look at my phone and realize, oh my god, it's 4:30 p.m. Excuse me. So in Subnautica, we are playing as Riley Robinson, He is a, what was it? Non-essential systems um, chief engineer. He's the head janitor. Oh, look, fire. Oh, Altera.
Head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Alright, so that's the voice log. Databank. Air pumps. Air pumps can be used to pipe breathable air to a remote location. The base attached air pump can be built at a compatible habitat and will source oxygen directly from the habitat's oxygen generator. The floating air pump must have access to breathable air and will and be floating on the water's surface. Pumps can be connected to a pipe chain to function. The essential science and survival tool, the scanner, can be used to add new blueprints to memory and analyze unknown entities. It emits electromagnetic radiation in the specified direction, which is reflected by the environment and then analyzed to determine the physical makeup of the targeted object. It has four primary functions: blueprint acquisition, record the physical parameters of scan technologies and add their blueprints to the PDA databank. These blueprints may then be constructed at the appropriate fabricator. The scanner is also equipped to break down damaged and otherwise useless devices into their base metals for salvage purposes. Organism analysis. The scanner will attempt to match scanned organisms against the onboard database. If no match is found, then the species will be assigned an easy to remember name and a new database entry will be created. Your PDA's AI will also attempt to synthesize theories on behavioral tendencies and evolutionary origins where possible, as well as deliver assessments on how to best approach them. Medical analysis. Scanning any living organism will display basic information on their state of health on the scanner's HUD. This information will be limited without access to a network database. Self scan. The user may run a self scan to determine their own physical well being. The scanner will search for foreign bacteria and other signs of ill health and compare with available data to provide a diagnosis. Diagnosis. Why did I say gnostis? What? The Altera Spectroscope Scanner. Understanding the world so you don't have to. Repair Tool. The repair tool can be targeted at any common device, control panels, habitat modules, radios, etc., to stitch wires and seams back together at an atomic level. All good technicians keep one of these under their pillow. Most people don't care why it works, just that it saved their life that one time. But in case you're curious, it combines scanner and fabricator technologies to determine the proper specifications for the targeted object, and then rearranges the available physical material to match the original specs. The Altera Repair Tool. Get your fix in. Aquarium. The aquarium is designed to hold and sustain up to 8 small aquatic organisms and fits inside a regular multipurpose habitat room. Aquatic creatures make up 70% of all known species, making the aquarium a commonly deployed tool in many exploratory operations. It is just as often used to house livestock for later consumption as it is to hold specimens for xeno research. An automated environment regulator system means there is no need to feed or care for your subjects. and B, due to its size, the regular aquarium is not rated for breeding applications, and creatures are highly unlikely to mate. Construct a full size alien containment unit for this purpose. Fabricator. Fabrication technology is the power to rearrange matter at the atomic level. It was the catalyst behind the Great Expansion and remains the backbone of the modern world. Fabricators come in all shapes and sizes, but the most common are small enough to be wall mounted and are used for everything from constructing everyday implements to cooking dinner. It is common today for households to keep a store of generic base materials on hand for any eventuality. Habitat Builder. The Altera handheld habitat builder has been an essential tool for xenoscientists, colonists, and emergency relief crews across 11 different transgovs for more than 50 years. Habitat modules are hermetically sealed from the outside environment. Built on land, underwater, or in a vacuum, habitats can be enhanced to become long-term homes, remote research stations, defensive outposts, and more. Quick Start Guide. Select the basic compartment from the Builder menu and place it somewhere opportune. Add a hatch to access the compartment. Build a solar panel to power the habitat's oxygen generator. Construct useful interior modules like radios, rechargers, and storage solutions. Primary habitat systems like oxygen generation and flood control, as well as modules like the fabricator draw power and will not function without it. Additional components reduce overall hull integrity depending on the external pressure. Quick build habitats, a home far, far away from home. Solar panel. Solar power is the most prevalent power source in the galaxy, and so it is no accident that the standard solar panel is the default means of powering a habitat. A power source is a requirement of habitat oxygen generators and other onboard amenities. Provides limited power for small outposts and survival habitats. May be mounted on or near the habitat itself or placed remotely and connected via power transmitters. Power rate relative to the sunlight exposure. Mobile Vehicle Bay. The Mobile Vehicle Bay is a deployable station equipped with fabrication drones designed to construct small research and exploration vehicles from raw materials. It is a common tool in almost all industrial, scientific, and colonization operations. Seaglide. The Seaglide is a personal transportation device designed for use in oceanic environments, capable of speeds up to 36 kilometers an hour in standing water. Displays basic topographical data for aid in charting cave systems. Replaceable battery. Keep fingers clear of the propeller. The Seaglide. Anything that moves faster underwater is probably trying to eat you. Well, that's comforting, isn't it? Alright. Survival package. Additional technical. 2 berth emergency life pod. Standard features short range radio, 250 kilometers uninterrupted range. Wall mounted fabricator for survival equipment. Manufacture and for survival equipment manufacture and for rendering organic substances edible. Medical kit fabricator. Onboard air brake and flotation devices for land, sea, or space recovery. Solar power cells times 3. I think it just told me to eat something. Emergency exits in the floor and the roof. Standard provisions 2 all environment protection suits, 2 ready to eat nutrient blocks, 2 drinking water provisions, 1 emergency medkit, 2 emergency flares. And B. Some life pods may be equipped with different supplies, such as radiation suits and replacement parts. Board the right life pod for the right situation. All Environment Protection Suit. The Altera AEP suit, a single solution for a universe of infinite danger. You are currently wearing the AEP suit, a hermetically sealed personal environment designed to withstand the most extreme conditions in the known universe. onboard temperature and hydration regulation, compatible with a range of attachments, slimline build for maximum freedom of movement, biometric sensors, contextual heads-up display. AEP suits should always be equipped before lifepod launch in case of hull breach. Aurora ship status. Ship class Altera Long Range Capital Ship. Mission Ariadne Arm Phase Gate Installation, 3-year operation time. Crew Command Team 23, Engineering Team 85, Support Crew 40, Passengers 9. Status Sustained heavy damage in orbit of planet 4546b. Cause unknown. Evacuation data unavailable. Engineering section Dark Matter Ion Drive Core V8. Manned Robotics Suite. Advanced Scanner Suite. Long Range Communication Relay. 0.25 cubic kilometers storage for phase gate apparatus. Wow, they're measuring their storage in kilometers. Habitat section. Accommodation for 150 people. Multiple canteens serving healthy, fresh, and rehydrated food. Leisure facilities including VR suite and virtual cinema. Start here. If you are reading this, then you have survived an emergency evacuation of a capital class ship equipped with Altera technology. Congratulations, the hard part is over. Your PDA has automatically rebooted in emergency mode. This operating system has one directive: to keep you alive on a hostile alien world. If that is not possible, it will alert salvage teams to the location of your remains. It features full monitoring of vital signs for timely survival advice, blueprints for fabricating a range of essential survival equipment tailored to your environment, onboard camera, microphone, and OCR technology for short range situational analysis, cross compatibility with all Altera compliant products. NB. Your personal and work files have been decrypted and may be retrieved at a have been encrypted and it may be retrieved at a later date by a licensed engineer. Survival checklist. Administer first aid if required. Take inventory of available materials and supplies and decide on rations. Survey the environment for threats and resources. Construct necessary survival equipment using the lifepod's fabricator. Check lifepod for damage and repair as necessary. Broadcast local distress signal using lifepod's short-range radio. Locate other survivors using line of sight or the radio. Find or construct a more permanent habitat. Maintain physical and psychological health until rescue. And B. This information is meant as a general guide. In the first instance, you should always follow the advice of your PDA, which has taken your particular circumstances into account. Warning: Blueprint database corrupted. Due to your PDA's hard Damage to your PDA's hard drive has corrupted approximately 80% of stored survival blueprints. Blueprints may be reacquired by scanning a salvage technology using a handheld scanner, or by downloading plans from a shipboard databox. In the circumstances, these assets will most likely be found among wreckage from the Aurora. Okay. Let's get water and some food, because we are kind of hungry, kind of thirsty. And let's just heal up just in case. Alright. Ladder. Wow, I was reading well into the night there, wasn't I? It's very dark.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. Zero
Okay,
life
that's
signs
copper.
detected. Copper is an essential component of
Need
all
some
equipment.
stuff to
Your
create
probability of
batteries.
survival has just
Dang,
become
it's dark.
unlikely, but plausible.
Hmm. I'm having to lean forward to see because my light is making it very hard to see the environment. Okay, come on. Oh, hey, look, some wreckage. We can start working with this. Maybe.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the
Uh,
Aurora's
I don't
transport
see any,
system during
scrap metal.
landfall. Oxygen.
Hmm. I'm not even finding my limestone chunks. Okay, that's 2 potential batteries.
Oxygen.
Where is everything? Come on. That's not gonna work.
Oxygen.
Hey, bladderfish, come here.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Oh, looky here. A brain plant.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool. Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Alright. We've got some equipment here. Not a lot, but some. That's better than nothing. Alright. Let's start looking at what kind of equipment we need. I need 3 titanium for an O2 tank. Need 1, 2, 3 batteries, which we got most of that, right?
New blueprint acquired.
Yes, indeed we did. We've got the scanner now. Awesome. We're on our way.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data. Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Glass will get us the flashlight. For the knife, we'll need silicone rubber. And then there's all sorts of other stuff we'll need to get prepared. So let's start getting that stuff ready. You know, the fire extinguisher does have an extra use underwater, and that's as a propulsion device. Oh, not diving down there. I did not realize I was right over the volcanic vent. Excuse me. Alright, let's see.
Oxygen.
Yep, I know. I know. Oh dear. This might end poorly. Yep, I thought I could make it. Alright, so we were just over here somewhere, right? Yeah. So we should see our belongings somewhere around here. What did we lose? We lost the creepvine seed clusters. Okay. That could have gone better.
Oxygen.
I know. I'm swimming. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Oh, there it is. Well, we got plenty of seed clusters now, don't we? Once we get ourselves a little bit more established, we can sit down and read some of those entries we were scanning.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Blueprint. The fabricator draws from available data to provide equipment of
Excuse me.
privileged equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Let's turn those last two into some more silicon and some oil.
Is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
Okay, so now we need some cave sulfur. Which means we need to find a cave full of crash fish. Oh, that's a crash fish egg. Oh, that cave was the bereft of any crash fish. I'll probably need multiples of those. Ooh, this looks promising. Nice. Scan, please. Alright. Good news. We've got our sulfur. And I do know that general area is like very middle of the map. Alright. Now we can start doing some repairs. It is very dark. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. Okay, so we'll need a wiring kit, some copper wire, and then that'll give us the computer chip. And we can build our habitat tool.
New blueprint acquired. The Builder tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
And for the oxygen tank, we need glass and silver ore. 2 glass and silver ore. So it's a good thing I picked up all of that crystal, all that quartz. Alright. Repair tool. You'll go in slot 5. Get our systems back up and running.
Secondary systems online, running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
This is an error. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in yard. 999.
That's basically the thing telling us that rescue is not coming.
Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Salt. Oh goody, we got it on the first try. Now we can get our bigger oxygen tank. And then we can start considering building a habitat. Oh, wait, I need to remove my oxygen tank first, because it doesn't register if you're wearing it.
This is lifepod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous.
Okay, that one's going to be one of the hidden ones.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
LifePod 6 transmission origin. A distress signal has been received from LifePod 6, but the attached coordinates were corrupted. Last available photographic data has been downloaded and analyzed. Crew requested assistance navigating radiation, sunk to approximately 100 meters. Located in an area dense with red grass near a number of natural arches and rock stacks. Transmission origins approximately 400 meters west-northwest of LifePod 4's last known location. Well, now we're going this way. I'll be quiet, you. Hey, look, an area of red grass.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome. Integrating new PDA data.
That is a tiger plant. That's gonna attack us.
Passing 100 meters.
I know.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I know this.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
We're still not really prepared to do much exploration yet, but we can actually get in here and start doing some things. Alright. Plant pot. Despite the fact that we don't have any seeds yet.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
And wall planters. Nice.
New blueprint acquired.
Now we've got all three of the pot plant blueprints.
New blueprint acquired.
And we cannot progress into there because we do not have a cutting tool. Alright, though. But there is some other stuff around here that we saw. Like this piece down here, part of the Cyclops, I believe.
Passing
No,
100
scanner room.
meters. Oxygen
That's still
efficiency
useful.
decreased. Calorie intake recommended.
Ooh. Come on, Seamoth fragment. Oh, ow. Let me up, let me up, let me out.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, it's starting to get light out.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, I've
30 seconds.
I've run out of space in my equipment slots.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oh, hey, look, there's part of the laser cutter fragment. That will be useful later. Okay, there's the life pod.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Huzzah! We're getting
New
somewhere.
blueprint
We just need to
acquired.
find a diamond now.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Excuse me. Why is that several pieces of stuff I see?
Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Reef back! Hello, friend. Come on, Barnacle, break. Oh, I need to get rid of something. Well, that was a good source of copper there. Oh, so I've got a lot of salt now. I can try and get some coral tube stuff. That way we can get some water without having to sacrifice any bladderfish. Coral tubes, where are you? And an ad will be starting in about a minute. There's a coral tube. Just what I need. Oh, right, because I grabbed the copper there. I can still get at least one thing of water out of it. Actually, I think the coral tube salt combination gets, excuse me, two.
Receiving feed recorded. Distress call laying back.
This is lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency Seaglide, so if we're late for the
Bleach.
rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA. Bleach is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds and purifying water.
Alright, we got our water ration.
Water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration and eventual death.
And let's go ahead and get our titanium ripped out of those scrap metals. Alright. Now, we can build ourselves a habitat. You want a base so that you can have some strength. And at least one compartment. I need more titanium. And more quartz. Alright, there you are. So where's your nest?
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse
Stalker tooth, I'll need that.
Further study recommended.
No, no, no. That was a mesmer. Those things are somewhat annoying, but they're also kind of cool. Up to the surface with me. And there we go. There's our titanium. That's all we needed. My mouse is like a magnet for hair. I don't get it. Rebreather, I'll need a wiring kit for that. I've only got one piece of silver, right? I've got 0 pieces of silver. still need some more quartz. Looks like 2 more pieces, in fact. Not that way. Excuse me. I've got 2 power supplies up.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Bench. I need more titanium. Okay, that'll be enough lockers once we finally get some titanium in here. We can at least get things prepared. Alright.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
With how few scrap metals are spawning, I clearly did not get a very good seed, at least for early game.
Seconds.
Wreckage, there we go.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. New
still need some more crystal. Some quartz. This is the right biome to be finding some. After we get a bit more in our little habitat there set up, then we'll go over to that beacon. Why is my mic so loud? It doesn't need to be this loud. There's my habitat. How many scrap metal did I grab? Just enough. Almost enough. Let's offload some gear here. Alright. Lifepod 3. Ooh, a piece of candy. Wow, that is real close, actually.
Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired.
Subnautica can be a chill game, you just gotta let it. Ooh, a piece of silver. Yes, I'll need that.
Oxygen.
Finish that up. Copper wire and a wiring kit. So, mesh fabric and a wiring
Warning,
kit.
endorphin levels low. Consider taking a seat and meditating. It may help to remember that problems exist only where you choose to see them.
So when you're on a bench, your needs do not go down. Alright. New entries. Light stick. A mobile battery-powered LED light which provides low-level lighting in a 360-degree area and can be attached to most surfaces. Planters and pots. Interior planters come in a variety of configurations and allow for most plant species to be grown in small numbers for decorative or botanical use. Scanner room. This advanced habitat module can transform a small outpost into a burgeoning science and exploration station. A 3D display in the center of the room stores local topographical data. A system can scan for and pinpoint particular materials. Remotely controlled drones scan the area up to 500 meters in range. Wall-mounted camera feeds allow for live control of scouting drones. Upgrade console may be used to enhance the module's functions. The stand-up function there is covering up bottom things. Bioreactor. On planets where organic matter is plentiful but sunlight is not, a reliable bioreactor will frequently provide the most efficient power solution. May be installed in any multi-purpose habitat room, chemically composts organic materials, converting them into energy over time, accepts all plant matter, from seeds and spores to moldy fruits and vegetables, can also process animal matter, fat, muscle, eggs, etc., and some organic waste products. Energy production is proportionate to the calories in the organic matter. The bioreactor, totally organic. Seamoth. The Seamoth is a one-person vehicle with an independent, replaceable power cell fitted in the rear and a fully customizable design. Low power, multi-directional thrusters enable it to function equally well in sea or space environments. Most long-range vessels carry at least two vehicles of this class to facilitate the exploration and exploitation of small astronomical bodies. However, they can also be fabricated at a standard mobile vehicle bay. Ratings: top speed 13 meters a second, acceleration 5 meters per second, distance per power cell 10 kilometers, crush depth 200 meters below sea level, upgrade module slots 4, dimensions 3 meters by 1.5 meters by 1 meter. Persons 1. Seamoths may be modified by installing upgrade modules to the access point mounted on the wing. These include increased cargo storage, superior power, pressure and collision compensation, enhanced sonar, defensive capabilities. NB. These modules may only be manufactured at a moonpool outfitted with a vehicle modification station. The Seamoth. It goes anywhere but land.
Suggest the Aurora's drive core
Ah,
has
yeah,
reached
the Aurora is
critical
about to
state.
blow.
Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
You really think it'll carry two of us?
Your regular Seaglide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cell rigged to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the lifepod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the rescue teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the routes are radiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Out there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go. What are you doing?
You were gone so long. I thought you'd drowned.
Put the flare down.
I was going to try and attract someone's attention.
That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that.
What a way to go. 4546B Environment Scan.
Observation
Category
Survivor.
3
You
Ocean
have
Planet.
exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%.
I
Data
haven't been
indicates
moving.
that swimming was your favorite
Oxygen,
activity.
nitrogen atmosphere.
Be sure to wear
Extensive
your reflective
biodiversity.
uniform muscle
Safety
development.
warnings may support Leviathan class predators. Water contaminated with high levels of foreign bacteria. Planet is beyond Federation space. Rescue unlikely. It is not recommended to explore this environment without hazardous material suits and extensive support apparatus. Limestone outcrops. These unusual geographical structures often form around titanium and copper deposits and are distinct to this planet. Closer analysis reveals the stone around the metal has been hardened against erosion, but the mechanism remains unknown. Assessment: titanium and copper source. Sandstone deposits. These common porous outcrops seem to form around small amounts of precious metals, or otherwise, these metals are part of the sedimentary buildup over time. Assessment: lead, silver, and gold source. Scattered wreckage. Analysis confirms this wreckage is from the aurora. Outer layers of the material have oxidized, suggesting it has been heated to over 1200 degrees Celsius. This pattern is consistent with hull disintegration during atmospheric reentry. Salvage of intact portions of Altera vessels is prohibited at legal, moral, and technical levels. However, scraps such as these may be reclaimed for their titanium content at any Altera fabricator. Brain coral, a permanent growing colony of microscopic organisms. This coral species has adapted to filter carbon dioxide from the environment, using the carbon to build the colony and expelling the oxygen from specialized exhaust funnels. It is quite hardy, suggesting samples from a mature specimen could be grown artificially. Assessment: air tanks are equipped to siphon oxygen from the water where possible. Giant coral tubes. The variety of coral formations on 4546b appear to be different solutions to the same problem of maximizing water and nutrient flow throughout the colony. These particular variants funnel water down a tube, filtering nutrients as they pass. Their size suggests they have been highly successful. Assessment: coral tube samples are rich in calcium, exploitable in bleach fabrication. Table coral. Each disc is an individual colony of microorganisms filtering nutrients from the water. Growth patterns indicate the colonies are in direct competition for positions with superior current or light. Unlike other coral species, its structure is malleable, softly pulsating as it pumps nutrients to its extremities, and only turning rigid when it senses physical attack. The jewel-like nodes on the surface are concentrated buildups of rare minerals the coral is unable to process. Assessment: exploitable in computer chip fabrication. Crashfish. This unusual species has developed an emergency defense mechanism based on mutually assured destruction. 1. Forward mounted eye enables the creature to identify and track potential predators. 2. Sulfur plant. The sulfur plant has evolved to feed on sulfuric compounds excreted by the crashfish, which makes it nest within its leaves. Stronger, more protective plants provide superior nesting grounds, which in turn provide the plant with more nutrients from larger crashfish. 3. Defense mechanism. Concentrations of sulfur build up in the organism over time. If the crashfish collides with something at sufficient speeds, the spikes on its torso are impacted, triggering an explosive chemical reaction. Assessment: equip stasis rifle, repulsion cannon, or similar before approaching shallow caves. Stalker, a streamlined predator encountered in the kelp forests in weight of prey leaving the safety of the shallows to feed. The stalker likely carved out its evolutionary niche at the sweet spot between speed and size millions of years ago, and may be one of the oldest species on the planet. The stalker appears to be attracted to titanium deposits, which tend to sharpen and put stress on its teeth. As with many predators, it may be possible to temporarily distract hungry stalkers by feeding them. 1. Teeth. The stalker's teeth are unusually hard and fast growing. Its elongated snout can deliver huge biting pressure to larger attackers, while also being used to reach small herbivores seeking refuge among the rocks. 2. Night vision. Retinal layering on the eyeball suggests adaptation for nighttime hunting. 3. Dorsal ridges. These ridges can be moved independently to deliver superior maneuverability. 4. Pelvic fins. Long and powerful, the stalker has evolved to hunt the fastest of prey. Assessment. Stalker teeth may have applications in enameled glass fabrication. Stalker teeth. Extended analysis of acquired dental samples has been completed. Samples match the species designated stalker. Stalker teeth exhibit extraordinary lightness and strength and contain only trace amounts of calcium. The edges show signs of wear and are studded with metal flakes, providing evidence that the stalkers chew on metal deposits in order to sharpen their teeth. Assessment. Application as a natural substrate in enameled glass fabrication. Reefback Leviathan. This vast life form is in excess of 30 meters long and has been designated a Leviathan class. Fortunately, it feeds exclusively on plankton-like life forms in the water. 1. Chitinous shell. Most of the life form's topside and some of its underside is protected by a thick, layered exoskeleton. This suggests an evolutionary path quite different from other organisms on 4546b, most of which are vertebrate in nature. The reefback species has likely been able to grow far larger than any other herbivore because anything large enough to break through its shell has long gone extinct. 2. Enzyme pods. Similar in appearance to the algae glands of the gasopod, these organs on the reefback's underside serve some unknown purpose in its digestive system and are capable of expelling small quantities of stomach enzymes into the surrounding waters. 3. Local microcosm. An array of different barnacle and plant species grow on the reefback's shell, thrusting their roots into ancient scars in the chitin and taking advantage of their mobility to avoid predation. Nonetheless, reefbacks will often be pursued by the faster, hungrier herbivores, and thus this leviathan species is a mobile microcosm worthy of years of study in itself. 4. Life cycle. The reefback's lifespans likely extend throughout many centuries should they survive their initial growth cycle. In the first few decades, their smaller size would make them vulnerable to carnivorous leviathans. Sociable, seen traveling in small pods and communicating by an echoing call, behavior is consistent with low-level sentience. Assessment. Harbors plants, small fish, and metal-rich barnacles. Acid mushroom. A common spore-bearing fungal species, the flesh contains a highly acidic compound which leaches into the water if the outer skin is penetrated. It is not clear which predator species necessitated such extreme countermeasures, but the acid mushroom's numbers suggest it has successfully deterred most of them. Assessment. Inedible. Acid has applications in battery fabrication. Creepvine. A kelp species concentrated in large forests. In shallow sandy waters, loose roots anchor the plant to the seafloor, from where it grows steadily toward the surface in pursuit of sunlight. The stem is fibrous and rich in iron, making it both a viable base material for fabrication of textiles as well as basic foodstuffs. Assessment. Vital alien resource. Edible. Construction applications. Creepvine seeds. Mature creepvine plants that have survived the predation of small herbivores produce these bioluminescent seed clusters, which may be knocked loose by currents or consumed and later deposited by predators. The embryo is surrounded by a thick oil and silicon layer, which would disperse into the water as the outer skin deteriorated. This may provide the seedling with the nutrients it needs to survive the low light conditions on the seabed floor. Assessment. Vital alien resource. Construction applications. Sulfur plant. These plants appear to serve as nests for the explosive organisms which guard them. The outer petals are undamaged by the presence of the inhabiting creature, suggesting a complex co-development. The plant has evolved to feed off nutrients and minerals deposited within it by the fish. Sulfuric deposits on the inner leaves provide an insight into the mechanism by which the creatures explode. Assessment. Sulfur has applications in construction of the repair tool.
This is Avery Quinn of Trading Ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do
Ah,
you read?
Avery
Over.
Quinn.
Nothing but vacuum. He's on
Do I
terror
have the
ships.
mobile vehicle bay
They run
yet?
low on engine grease. Send an
Not yet. I
SOS.
still need one
Help.
more.
They don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. Do you
Oh,
still need
hang on. Shizzy, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome.
our
How you
assistance?
enjoying so
Over.
far?
I'll try them again tomorrow.
Alright,
Sure
so
looks like
right
we'll
now
be
we're
mowing our
trying
grass,
to
running
look
errands
for
all
the
See what
for
the
mobile
Mothman
vehicle bay
stands for in the
fragment,
meantime.
which will most likely be in the kelp forest here. So we gotta go in and find it. I think I'm okay on copper and such. Oh, that's gonna lead to the thermal vent, so I gotta be careful here.
Be advised, a common complication for cave diving
Yep,
is loss
hot,
of
hot,
orientation,
very
followed
hot.
by eventual asphyxiation.
I haven't drowned in a cave yet, computer. We're good. Hello, are you what I need? Yes, you are indeed. Okay,
New blueprint acquired.
now we're getting somewhere. So, Shizzy, hello, hello. I'm a librarian sphinx. My name is Alexander Gutenberg, and I like to read and explore. That's why I was just sitting in my habitat here earlier, just reading my data entries. Alright,
Welcome aboard,
now
Captain.
let's see. What do I need for you? I need titanium ingot, lubricant, and power cell. Alright. Titanium ingot, got it. Lubricant. And then I'll need power cell, for which I'll need some more acid mushrooms and another piece of copper. Hello, cave. Do you have what I need? Hey, I got it. I need to get a beacon on my base here. Like, I know my life pod's right there, but that'll make finding this a bit easier. Battery. Oh, and the aurora just started to blow.
Detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drag pool. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Am I too close? I
5,
don't think I am, because I'm right next to one of the volcanic vents here.
2.
Now, what do I need for the Seaglide, or Seamoth? I need titanium ingot, power cell, glass, lubricant, and lead. So I'll need one more metal salvage or something similar. Got my lead. For glass, I need to go and get more crystals. Crystals. We can scan a few more items on the way. Huh, seems I'm thirsty. That's fair enough. Okay, I can't go too far in this direction. Because I do not have a radiation suit. Yeah, I know it. Thing wanted to boom me. Hey, look, we got a bunch of scrap metal over here, actually. That's really good. But we can only grab 2 of them. Alright, back to base. And let's see where we are on getting that Seamoth made. Would probably help if I prepared it.
This is Officer Keen in lifepod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
I think I needed one more piece of glass.
Transmission origin coordinates downloaded. Signal location uploaded to PDA. Seek fluid intake immediately.
Alright, alright. Get my salt, get my coral. Make some bleach, and then make some water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright. We don't actually need the fish in our inventory. Let's grab that in. Natural selection 2. So we need lubricant, and we need glass. For lubricant, we also need to grab some silicon, so we'll need to grab 2 more seed clusters here. And then we can find glass in cave systems. We also need another battery. Well, we're good on the battery. And we're good on the glass. So now we're going to be able to get ourselves a little bit more set up here. Also, we got a new message. We just got a letter. And look, we've got all the things we need.
This big,
But we
uncrossed
should get
hatch
something
wall,
to eat
but then
first.
ajar. And I blew it. It's a bad option, all right, but so are all the others.
Let's make some cured peeper.
Intake recommended. Vital signs stabilizing.
Let's actually go ahead and get ourselves some more water as well. Alright. Let's get this show started. Excuse me, you're supposed to build.
The Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
And we are mobile. No longer do we have to swim. Also, this will get us to the floater island, which will get us some more building blueprints. And we can start getting a bit more set up here. We'll come back to that wreckage later. So Subnautica was, oh, I don't need that on my top bar anymore. Ooh, I need to get a drill. Subnautica was one of those games that was just very interesting when I first heard about it. And I eventually did get in on the early access, but after they had removed the voxel stuff. So I didn't get to see all of the fun things they do, but I did see a lot of them. Like, I am glad that they brought the rock punchers back for Subnautica Below Zero. But, you know, there's just only so much you can do. Alright, so let's not go deeper than that.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency.
Come on, there's going to be moonpool fragments around here.
New blueprint acquired.
Ah, thermal plant. I can do something with that. Since my base is located right next to that thermal vent, right?
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
Hello, Reginald.
Biodiversity in this region is unusually low. Cause unknown. Oxygen.
I know, I see it, I see it. Let me in. Okay, wait, where is... Okay, there's one moonpool fragment. Just need one more. Oh, there it is. Alright, there we go.
Acquired.
now I go over here so that I can get that. Which gives me the vehicle upgrade console.
Blueprint acquired.
Now, down there is some more potential goodies. I did not make myself a Seaglide.
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Yoink. Oh, hello. What did that time capsule give me? These sturdy containers are designed to store written and photographic evidence for later retrieval. In addition to a number of small items, time capsules are often fabricated by marooned survivors seeking either to aid those who find themselves in the same predicaments in the future or to leave evidence of their plight, which may be found long after their bodies have disintegrated. Most emergency escape vehicles are equipped with a time capsule by default, usually found in the cockpit, and be jettisoned on takeoff. Altera requests time capsules be stocked with items, with tools and resources which will aid those who may discover them in the future. And this particular time capsule is TC8892197774. The night is dark and full of terrors. Take this cuttlefish. It helps. Subscribe to Librezi on Twitch. Didn't know there were Twitch streamers in space. He didn't actually give me a cuttlefish, though. Alright. So we've got that time capsule. Usually this is the first area where you'll discover one. But sometimes if you go a different path, you may find them else. Whoa! Nope, nope. I did not see that rock there. Alright. This is going to be a deep dive.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Alright, we're just above max depth.
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
We want some rubies. We want some basalt deposits. Basalt? Basalt? But we can't stay down here for much longer. We are not equipped to deal with down here. We need to get ourselves a rebreather. Alright, come on. There's gotta be a basalt deposit somewhere on here. There we go. No, it's shell. Shell. Hey, I got the exact thing I needed. Good. Alright, we've got that. Let's get out of here. Ah! What's our inventory looking like? I want to have a nearly empty inventory before heading the the floater island. Splat. One mod I would like to see is if you could add the sea truck to the original game. I know that they take up the same slot in both games. The sea truck takes the slot in Below Zero and the Seamoth in the original. But if a modder out there could, create the sea truck in Subnautica, that would offer a lot of versatility because Subnautica is a lot wider open, so it's more conducive to using the sea truck. And you, out of here. We do not take those Streamboo messages here. I'm surprised it took so long for that Streamboo thing to come in. Usually they're like in the first 10 minutes. Ooh. Yoinky yoink. A lot of resources to gather right here. I ran out of battery. Gonna have to fix that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so we're back at base. Ah! That happened.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Hmm. Nope, that's not where I would want that. Alright, so I need titanium ingots, lubricant, and lead. I don't have enough titanium ingots there. Nope, I need the lead. Okay, we can put the natural selection post back up. Alright, titanium. Off in search of the fabled titanium. I've got 9 pieces here. And, yoink. You weren't using that, were you? Ooh. Why, thank you very much, good sir. Oh, hey, looky here.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, scan the floodlight. Is there anything else in here? Grav trap.
New blueprint.
It's hard to see without a light. Alright.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, I see you guys. What I don't see is more of the scrap metal. No, that's not scrap metal. But it is something I can get some titanium from. Alright. Ooh, there we go. We also needed lubricant, so we need to find a seed cluster. Dang it, I see another piece of scrap metal, but I need to grab a seed cluster as well, so seed cluster takes priority. Alright. Back to base. Alright, let's see here. We needed... What do we need here? Titanium ingot, lubricant, and 2 lead. Okay, so we need 2 lead, not 1. Oop, wrong thing. I needed lubricant. I ended up making some silicon. Alright, let's see here. I'll need a ladder to get up there. And I need to go and grab me some lubricant. Eventually I'll get a growbed and I won't have to go far to get it. Oh, I killed a rabbit ray. I'm sorry, buddy. Woohoo! I got me a moonpool. There, I can bring this up. And now my thing will start recharging there. So I do need to grab that back. I can put that away.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates
Oh, I got a
symptoms may
thermoblade.
be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Darn you, Boomerang. Get back here, peeper.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
All I know is fish yummy. Alright, I should have enough fish there, I think. Let's see. Fish, fish. Fish. Let's put you guys over here. Okay, need another Gary fish, and need some other things as well, but I need some water, so, sacrifice the bladder fish. Oi. That's not repairing.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Hey! Excuse you. Alright. What's in my inventory? A half-dead scanner and a completely dead flashlight. That's okay. We can go to the rendezvous point now. As I run over a peeper. We're going to explore the island. I did have a late start today, but we'll explore the island, return to base, and then I'll go ahead and see if I am close to finishing up here. I don't know. I do want to get a bit of progress in this game here. Like, if I was sure that Tomb Raider was going to run, I would have just been playing that instead, but I didn't have the energy to play um, Chrono Cross. I didn't have the... And also, I think there might be a memory issue with Chrono Cross because it keeps crashing, which is very troublesome, especially in moments like the Magical Dreamers concert. It's only 400 away. I mean, we can see it through the fog. There it is. So what we're going to do here is we're going to gather some materials, some plans, some blueprints, all of that. We can have ourselves a good time. Oh, and we got another message. It might be the Aurora telling us, hey, we're coming in. You'll have this long to get to us. The problem is that they won't make it. Spoilers, I know. Or not the Aurora, the Sunbeam.
Integrating PDA data. Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island's surface.
Pink cap. Voxel shrub. And here is where we're going to get some of our water. I did not scan that bulbul plant, did I? Or did I? I think I did. Pink speckled rattler. Jaffa cap. Or Jaffa cup. There's one more plant that we can grab. I just need to know where it is. There it is. Grub basket. And here's a cave where we can scan the alien arch. Because the predecessors used to live here. The precursor race. Not of humans necessarily, but a precursor race. Exterior growbed. That's going to be a small, we can grab that one. And now it is very dark.
New blueprint active.
I cannot see because I do not have any power source in my flashlight. Let's fix that temporarily. There we go. We'll follow this path and we'll find the Degassi survivor bases. This way. Not this way. This way. For sure. There it is. That's not the base, that's just a PDA.
Node location uploaded to PDA. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Lantern. Now the problem is there are these crabs here. They are hostile. Let me go. Where'd you go? Ow! There you go.
Integrating PDA data.
Multi-purpose room. Now we're getting somewhere.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
Alright.
Integrating new PDA data.
Ow. Ow. You very much mind at all?
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. In there's a stasis rifle piece.
Acquired.
Probably not going to find the other fragment on this island. We rarely ever do. But it's something. That did not lead where I thought it did. But now we'll go and grab some more materials. How are we? We're fine. We'll be fine. Oh, wait. Wow, we do get the other stasis rifle fragment. Good. Those things are random seeds, so there's no guarantee, but...
Integrating
Oh.
new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
I got some batteries. That's nice.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired.
Alright, and to get to the other one, I don't know if there's anything we need on it, but we can still, try and see if there's any new blueprints or anything available. Whoa. That's the wrong way. You go up and around.
Integrating new PDA
Yeah, I
data.
already got those blueprints. But hey, got some more data. Now to get back to our Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And we are outie. Alright, we're on our way. We will need a rebreather and a radiation suit. But we should be fine until then. Got some nice materials here. We'll get a little greenhouse going, I guess. I mean, I think we do have the titanium to do so. Because the multipurpose room itself is only like 6 titanium. I think most of the potters are only going to be 1 titanium. There's our base. Gorgeous, isn't it?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's, oops. Need to grab my builder tool. And my materials. Alright, plants, you can go in here. I'll need to grab some lead. So I need another foundation. Oh, I need 2 lead. Okay. And it's very important you build the foundation first, because otherwise you're not going to be able to put it here. If you build this first, then you can't put a foundation, I've found.
It may be prudent to separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this
All right.
space as your home. but never
Interior
forget
grow
that it's
bed.
enough.
And we'll put it right in the middle. Need more titanium? How? I guess I need more titanium.
High priority automated message from Aurora Live Pod. Certain coordinates attached. Live Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
That's not it. There we go. Metal salvage, and I also see some salt here. And I also see some salt here. And I also see some scrap metal here. Scrap metal is what we're looking for at the moment. But, you know, grabbing some salt on the way is nice. Means we can start replenishing our water. Again. Constantly. Forevermore. Hey you, I'm looking for some scrap metal. Have you found any? Let's get out of here before we make them angry. Alright. Where are we going? Well, we're going to set up a farm. Then we're going to sit down and read. This base is not looking like the most symmetrical. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, let's get some water. Or let's...
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're it. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
Think I have enough titanium? You're wrong. There is no titanium. There's never enough titanium. Always use more titanium. Alright, we got a grow bed. Let's, Oop. Let's dump some of this. Get us some bleach. Alright. Now, we want the... We want these... Nope, not the voxel. We already got that. Okay. Now, the marble melon, we can immediately... Oi. Oh, no! I'll have to go and grab another marble melon seed, but we've got the rest of this going. Maybe marble melon would do better in just a regular planter. Oh boy, but we do have some new materials we can manufacture. But I think for now, we're just going to sit down. We're going to read. Alright, so, bulbo tree. A bulb-based flora which roots to the ground and sprouts turquoise leaves. Analysis suggests the sap produced by this plant is poisonous to insects, but can be harvested and consumed by humans for its high water content. Assessment: edible, high water content. Radiation suit. This suit fully protects against the effects of radiation during land, sea, and space exploration. Safety rated up to 400 sieverts per hour. Sieverts is how radiation is measured. 400 sieverts per hour does not seem like a lot. Cross-compatible with all AAP suit functionality. Sleek. The radiation suit, a necessary precaution in a post-MAD world. MAD being mutually assured destruction. Stasis rifle. The stasis rifle uses patented technology to slow time around an entity to as near to a full stop as laws of physics will permit. essentially anchoring the target in place without affecting its internal workings. It is designed to facilitate scientific, and engineering operations by expanding the window of opportunity for action in time sensitive scenarios. The stasis rifle features an independent, replaceable power cell, and the trigger may be held down to increase the area of effect and duration. Common applications include slowing fast moving mechanisms, such as fan belts, to facilitate maintenance operations, temporarily incapacitating organisms for research purposes, navigating perilous spaces by freezing potential threats, and B. May not function correctly on larger life forms. The Alterastasis rifle. Life's fast. Why not put on why not put it on pause? Bulkhead door. The bulkhead door is designed to separate compartments while reinforcing structural integrity. With its solid titanium frame, the door can be opened and closed to seal off compartments in the event of fire or flooding, or simply for privacy. Exterior grow bed. Advanced synthetic soils allow this grow bed to support a huge variety and quantity of alien plant life, and it can be installed anywhere on land or underwater where there is space. Floodlight. A standard issue floodlight is designed to focus a small beam of light in a single direction, useful in all kinds of industrial and emergency operations, functions in all known environments. Interior grow bed. Designed for use exclusively inside regulated habitat modules, the interior grow bed is more compact than the outdoor version and features a hydroponic nutrient delivery system. Moonpool. The moonpool is an essential module for long term exploration. Its primary function is as a dry dock for small vehicles such as the Seamoth and the Prawn Suit. The large central chamber contains a pressurized pool which provides ready access to the surrounding waters and comes as standard with equipment for raising and recharging a vehicle. When outfitted with a vehicle modification station, the moonpool can be used to build and equip vehicle upgrades. Ratings. Dimensions 16 meters by 10 meters by 5 meters. Connection points 6. Habitat hull strength liability at sea level -5, equivalent of 4 rooms. Capacity 1 Seamoth or prawn suit. High power consumption. Thermal plant. The first rule of survival in hostile environments is to work with the resources available. If it's 800 degrees outside and you're in danger of burning to death at any moment, you may as well get some cheap, reliable energy out of it. Converts heat energy into electricity. Always take thermometer readings before attempting installation. Core mechanisms are housed in a heat resistant chassis, but are not impervious to extreme temperatures. The thermal plant. It's hot. Alien Arch. This structure's intended purpose is unclear. Theories on functions, ceremonial or religious role, industrial applications, advanced transportation network, assessment, further research required. Purple tablet. This carbon-based device is lighter than it looks and it features a symbol which resembles a U, lit up in purple. Despite the onboard power still functioning, algae growth on the exterior indicates it was abandoned hundreds, perhaps thousands of years ago. While the technology is far beyond Federation levels, there is no obvious way to interface with it. It should nonetheless be possible to fabricate a precise physical copy of the device if necessary. Lifepod 19 Second Officer Keen's Crew Log. To all crew, if you are reading this, then you have followed the automatic distress signal broadcast by this lifepod's onboard computer, contrary to my orders. I have been forced to evacuate. Your orders are to disregard my safety and attempt to reach the designated rendezvous coordinates at the nearest landmass. I hope to see you there.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in. This is Keen. Lifepod detached to a K planet forward in 30 seconds. The computer has identified a landmass and the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there. Understood, but they are your responsibility now. Don't let them down. Captain, you need to evacuate. Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent. Captain?
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, Make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
Legacy Crew Manifest, Bart Torgal. Auxiliary Search and Rescue Mission, Bart Torgal. Position, Vice President of Torgal Corp. Status, lost in space near planet 4546b. Age at time of disappearance, 19. The only legitimate child of Paul Torgal. Beneficiary of enhanced learning techniques and cerebral implants. Digitrained in advanced biochemistry and stellar economics. Emissary Kassar reports Bart was accompanying his father to a newly constructed deep space station, where he was to serve a 5-year term as Chief Operating Officer.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view. This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months.
Oi, no, wrong one.
After all that,
This island is a godsend. Look out of the window. No predators, fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship, and your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
it's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm saying is ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
do you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of stormwater? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bart, Torgal has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it. You see, Chief, you brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already, which take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal. What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bart, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the lifepod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degazi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not gonna weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.
Ruby, a hard, blood-red gemstone made of aluminum oxide. Rubies may be processed in order to leverage their structural integrity in advanced vehicle construction and modification. Assessment: essential for advanced fabrication. Shell outcrops. This sedimentary rock is formed from flakes of clay minerals, inside of which rare metals such as lithium can be found. Geological conditions on this planet mean it tends to be found in deeper biomes: gold, lithium, and diamond source. Coral shell plate. This variant of coral has adapted to survive in close proximity to other corals, filtering nutrients from the water and sharing them via a spore-like substance, which grows around the base. Assessment: no practical applications discovered. Rabbit ray. An herbivorous aquatic lifeform, rabbit rays appear to live serene and solitary lives with few predators. A natural sense of curiosity and awesomely poisonous flesh. 1. Ears. Twin orange appendages mounted on the head sense vibrations in the water. 2. Undulating wings. Markedly similar method of transportation to that of Earth rays. Zero genetic resemblance detected, suggesting these two species independently developed similar solutions to their environmental circumstances. Evidence indicates its large, side-facing eyes are relatively recent adaptations. It is likely there are related ray species in other environmental biomes on this planet. Assessment: inedible, but harmless. Bladderfish. This unusual herbivore appears to be mostly defenseless and bears little resemblance to the other life forms around it. 1. Semi-permeable bladder. The bladderfish is able to filter air and sea water in its body cavity through a unique membrane which surrounds its spine like a bladder. This allows it to remove and consume organic particulate caught in the way and adjust its buoyancy. 2. Open-ended vascular tubing. can be angled and contracted to pump out water and achieve low velocity guided propulsion. Largely oblivious to threats and practically immobile at night, its only identified defensive mechanism is that it's composed almost entirely of water, air, and cartilage. Assessment: edible. Oxygen may be retrieved from the bladder and added to tanks on consumption. Membrane has applications as a natural water filter. Boomerang, an a herbivore encountered in large numbers, found to frequent shallow waters and move in schools. 1. Serrated teeth. Suggests adaptation for grinding corals other herbivores are unable to digest. 2. Twin fins. Unusually, this species' two fins are a cartilaginous extension of its skeleton. They are less prone to damage and provide superior propulsion, but are also harder to grow back. The bright blue tips are in fact the ends of its digestive tract, where the bioluminescence of the corals it consumes are mostly focused. Most active during daylight hours and prone to flee on approach, the boomerang can more easily be observed at night when its luminescence gives it away and it seeks the shelter of the seabed. Assessment: edible. Garryfish, slow-moving and curious herbivore. Camouflage indicates adaptation for evasive behavior on the ocean floor. 1. Eye stalks may be beneficial when watching for predators from hiding places amongst the coral. 2. Behavior more active during daylight hours, but slow and docile at all times. The garryfish's survival depends on a combination of camouflage and predators who can get a more filling meal elsewhere. Assessment: edible. Holefish, a small herbivore found in low numbers, often around cave system entrances where their skin coloration blends into the background. 1. Bored out tailfin. By manipulating the size and shape of the hole in its tail, it can perform unpredictable maneuvers. 2. Size. Smaller than most other herbivores, presumably due to a lack of vegetation in low light environments. Assessment: edible. Hoopfish. Small, school mentality prey fish with a unique method of propulsion and a distant relative of the bladderfish. 1. Antenna. Rather than swimming, this lifeform uses the fine green antennae which encircle its body to alter the composition of the water in front of it, allowing it to sail into the low-density space created. Oh, so it's basically like that science and that science fiction engine. What was it called? You know, the one in the Orville where they basically move space around them instead of moving through space. 2. Purple-green coloration. Maybe a camouflage adaptation for mid-range light wavelengths, possibly indicating the hoopfish is more active at dawn and dusk. 3. Behavior. While schools of hoopfish will form periodically and evade predators en masse, this behavior is more social than it is defensive, and lone hoopfish are often found hunting for food and displaying generally curious behavior. Assessment: edible. Hoverfish, a small, cautious herbivore, commonly found in kelp-rich environments. 1. Charged footpads. 6 unique limb appendages feature charged pads capable of ionizing the surrounding water. The hoverfish uses this ability to maintain its position against the current as it feeds from kelp and lichen. Assessment: edible. And something else I want to point out, it's not actually a fish. It is, in fact, a reptile. Peeper, a fast prey encountered in shallow waters and rich in protein. 1. Developed side-facing eyes, capable of discerning colors not just in shallow waters but in a variety of lighting conditions. It is also able to close its eyelids, thus preventing light from reflecting off the lenses and rendering the peeper almost invisible to nighttime predators. 2. Powerful fins. This fish has evolved powerful fins which enable rapid acceleration in still water and the ability to leap meters into the air to avoid pursuers. 3. Beak. Likely used to break down corals and tough vegetation, an unusually large nasal cavity serves no obvious purpose and appears to be specially evolved to detect a single specific enzyme. Nothing encountered on the planet so far produces a matching odor. 4. Expulsion tubes. The tubes attached to the peeper's torso are connected directly to its stomach and gills and appear to be designed to expel its contents on demand. Purpose unclear. While the peeper is well adapted to survive in shallow waters, a number of its features serve no discernible purpose. It would appear to be just as well suited to survive in deeper waters and is somewhat more intelligent than the usual small herbivores. Assessment: edible, high calorie content. Further research required. Reginald, a small herbivore and a distant relative of the common peeper, sharing its species' well-developed side-facing eyes, approximate size, and body profile. Coloration: dull green coloration for deep water camouflage. Luminescent tail coloration likely part of a mating behavior. 2. Diet: filters algae and other plant material from the water via four gill-like forward-facing orifices. Assessment: edible, high calorie count. Ancient floater. Biodata suggests these vast floaters have matured in an ingenious symbiosis with the land they have attached to. The attached landmass is raised in the water, increasing sunlight and encouraging plant growth. As older plants decay, organic residues and nutrients seep into the rock and are consumed by the floater. These circumstances must have held for thousands of years for a floater to reach this size. Life cycle. Immature floaters are born near the surface, from where they sink to the seabed, attaching to any stable surface they can find. Those individuals fortunate enough to attach to a digestible nutrient source will grow in size, thus increasing their buoyancy and drawing whatever they are attached to closer to the surface. In extreme circumstances, a number of floaters may attach to a Leviathan-class life form, forcing it to the surface and effectively asphyxiating it. The body will be consumed over a number of months until eventually dissolving, leaving the floaters free to attach to a new host. Those creatures which successfully raise a landmass to the surface are rewarded with a burgeoning and permanent food source, allowing them finally to reproduce and begin the cycle again. Cave crawler. Agile, territorial carrion feeder, well adapted to both land and sea. 1. Gas exchange membrane. Absorbs essential gases from the air or water for basic bodily regulation. 2. Mandibles. This species seeks out corpses in packs before defending its claim while the corpse is devoured. Assessment: necessary waste recycler. Avoid or incapacitate. Chinese potato plant. The Chinese potato is common throughout the China territories where synthetic foods are still stigmatized, and there remain large tracts of arable land on which to grow fresh produce. Genetically designed prior to the expansion, this plant is highly adaptable to different environments and a staple of new colonies galaxy-wide. Assessment: edible. Gel sac. These organic structures grow on cave walls. The purple sacs which arise from the surface contain a low-density gel laced with spores. These burst from time to time, floating toward the surface and attaching onto the next rock face they encounter. While the gel sac is edible, its low density renders it an invaluable advanced construction material. Assessment: edible. Aerogel construction applications. Lantern tree. A conglomeration of individual vines which rely on one another for structural support. Grows exclusively on fertile land. Each vine produces orange, lantern-shaped fruits with minimal nutrition and hydration value. Assessment: edible in an emergency. Marble melon plant. This plant collects water from the air rather than relying on its root system. It produces large, fleshy fruits which are both edible and have atypically high water content. Assessment: edible, high water content. Fern palm. This specimen was first identified in an artificial growbed on the island. It is not listed in existing flora databases, so it's unclear whether or not it's native to this planet. Genetic code shares some features with other local plant life, but this may be the result of DNA transfusion rather than natural evolution. Grub basket. An orange-colored land plant which usually contains a thick, protein-rich sludge at its base. This may suggest a carnivorous life cycle, wherein grubs and insects are attracted to the bright petals, make their way to the center of the plant, but are unable to scale back up to the slick inner leaves and are ultimately digested. Jaffa cup, a common land fungus found in clusters, grows quickly, size is limited only by available nutrients and space. Ming plant, a hardy specimen which grows on land. The vase-like trunk protects its root system from predation and self-repairs over time, explaining the characteristic cracks on the side. Pink cap, a land-based fungus species with harvestable spores, inedible. Speckled rattler, a bright land plant containing large spores which generate a characteristic rattle when the plant is shaken. This may act to ward off predators or even encourage predation as a means of spreading the spores. Voxel shrub, a pink leafed plant with an angular appearance which grows exclusively on land. Blue palm. The blue palm is a common aquatic plant which thrives in shallower waters with high exposure to sunlight. Long fronds intercept light before it can reach the smaller flora on the seabed. Veined nettle, a common shallow water plant which frequently shows signs of predation around the edges of the leaves. Vines, thick violet veins carry nutrients to the extremities of the fan, and brightly colored seeds grow around the base and stem. Writhing weed, well adapted to both shallow waters and cave systems, this plant lives in symbiosis with the coral species which forms around the base and the stems. Alright, so we've taken care of some things here. We've got ourselves a little garden going. We've got our moon pool. We've got a boomerang inside our base somehow. It happens. You can go in there. And, yeah. We still need to upgrade our Seamoth here. We can work on that next time we play this game, but for now, I think we're done in here. Let's go ahead and drop our save, quit the game, and let me check to see who's online at the moment. Ah, Lyra's online. Let's go ahead and give her a raid, shall we? Alright. Alright. So thank you for showing up. Esper, Jellybean, glad to have you here. It was kind of disturbing that I woke up at 4:30, which is 30 minutes past my start time, but like I said, I started at 8:30 a.m. Anyway, it was despite some scuff earlier due to mods I forgot I had installed, we still had a little bit of fun here. We learned more about Planet 4546b. Um, anyway, yeah. Let's go ahead and raid now. Auf Wiedersehen.